right, so you feel good?
Yeah, this is the first time I do something like this.
What is the hardest thing or the hardest season you've ever had to walk through?
My cancer journey.
So, for those who might not know, I have with me someone who has been with me since the second Soulfully Sisters back in July of 2023. And since then, she has been, she's a behind the scenes girl, but God is clearly moving her to the front. She's got a powerful testimony. She's got a powerful experience. And I wanted to share it with you because it blessed me, and so I hope it does the same for you. And once you hear her talk, you'll see and understand why. But if you ever wonder why you don't see her running around, she's usually in, like, for example, in this last Soulfully Sisters, she's just like, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this. Like, she helps keep me on track. So,
it's in a go mode.
yeah, exactly.
We don't have time to enjoy the time. No, we gotta make sure everybody else is good.
Yes. And I mean, from that alone, you can tell from her heart. So, or what her heart is like. So, will you please share with everybody what introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Karine, the cousin from Georgia.
More like a sister, a long lost sister.
Yes.
I shouldn't say long
A
lost.
sister that I didn't have.
Oh.
That's a blessing of having her. And yeah, I joined. Sorry, my broken English. Started talking to Melissa because of her business, you know, the wall hangings, the woven wall hangings and those things. And one thing led to the other one. I don't know how we became friends. It was very weird. But she started talking about the women's event. I was very interested. My first one that I attended was March of last year, 2023. And I haven't missed one since. So...
yeah, really. And I
summarize, there goes.
I think what had happened was I had shared with you the Instagram. I had shared with you I had sent her the link, all the information. And we had started talking around that time. Like, she had purchased a couple woven wall hangings for me. But I don't know, it was just like a connection point at that point. I know that was just God's way of bringing us together for this, obviously. And then from that moment, I felt like I was like, oh, I know you're in Georgia, but I mean, it would be great if one day, and I'm thinking this is going to be like 2-3 years down the line. I'm like, it'd be great if one day you can join me on this, on this journey. And she tells me the next Soulfully Sisters that she's booked a ticket and that she would be over with us. And so that timing couldn't have been, it couldn't have been better. And I'm forever grateful. So, are you ready?
She starts crying. If I start crying, it's her fault.
Oh, okay, so let's break the ice. What is your current favorite song?
Caracoles.
And for those people como yo who who haven't heard certain Spanish words, even though they're Latina or non-Latina, what does that mean?
Caracoles mean a lot of shells.
Oh.
That's my favorite song, and the group is called Cultura Profética. That's my favorite song so far.
Okay. And what is your go-to snack?
My go-to snack. Ooh, she got me thinking.
Good.
My go-to snack. Honestly, it depends on the mood. I don't have a go-to snack.
That's fair. That's fair. Sometimes it's just like you go off of what you're feeling, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the one toiletry you can never live without?
Toothpaste.
Oh, that's a good one. That's true. That's true. Wear layers everywhere else, right?
Yep.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm at work for a company that does janitorial for buildings, and also they're expanding to the medical field. But I do safety admin work for this company so far, and I work from home, so that's a blessing.
Oh, definitely. Okay, and do you have any pets?
Yes, his name is King, and he's the love of my life.
Aww. What's your husband's name?
Robert.
Oh, hi, Robert.
Hi. Hey, honey.
Aww.
Hi to you.
Okay, what is the one thing you have to come to see every time you come to Chicago? Like, it's like a non-negotiable, gotta see, gotta like experience, or
Anything or anyone?
Mm-hmm.
Your kid and my goddaughter, Avery. Jason Avery. All the time.
And she's amazing. Oh my god. Why did that?
She's gonna start crying.
That's an honor. That like, you know how they say,
It's
like,
a
oh, we gotta see the world, the oh my gosh, the Willis Tower, or we gotta have a hot dog or pizza. She'd rather see my son.
Yeah.
That's so
I
sweet.
like creating memories than goal spending or making somebody else rich.
Oh. Okay, and what is the hardest thing or the hardest season you've ever had to walk through?
My cancer journey. That's it. Summarize.
Summarize. What was the biggest lesson what was the hardest part about it, and what was the biggest lesson you learned from it?
The hardest part about it was being strong for my family. When I was the one that I needed them to be strong for me. But that aside, I'm grateful. But sorry, I forgot the question. What is the other one?
What's the one thing that you came out learning from your experience?
Trust the process, trust God, and people may say, oh, you have to have patience. No, you gotta learn how to have patience out of everything.
That's so true.
So, because I was a person that I would jump the gun. Sorry. I would jump into whatever. I wouldn't think before I speak or I take action into something. And now I just think it twice before. It's like, I think in the bad and the good, and then I move from there. But mainly I leave it to God.
Yeah. And so, I'm so sorry you went through that.
Oh, it's okay. It's been February 27, 2024, made a 10-year anniversary of when I first found my cancer. So, yeah, it's been that long.
It's a long time, and you've come a long way.
Yes.
A long way. And when
when
you say that you had to be strong for your family, why did you feel like you needed to be that way?
Because I saw in their eyes that they were suffering for me, and I'm the type of person that I don't like to see my people suffer. So I had to be strong for them. And it was hard, but the same way I was strong for them, I had to give it to my husband that was my biggest supporter. And that man deserved everything in this world, all the blessings that God can give him, he deserves it.
Wow.
He deserved everything. So, yeah. The same way a lot of people say, oh, I'm sorry you went through it, or I'm sorry that but you're so strong. You gotta see my partner in crime. That partner in crime, he got to a point that he had 3 jobs just to make us survive that season. And he never has a no for me. So,
wow.
My heart goes to him. Hi.
Aww. And what can somebody do for someone who knows is going through a similar process? What advice would you give to somebody who just found out either their friend has cancer or that they themselves, if they're the ones who have that? What's something you would tell each of those people?
Don't be afraid to ask questions.
Oh, that's so good.
Don't be afraid. The worst question is the one that you don't ask. And the more you ask, the more answers you may have. You don't feel comfortable with a doctor, change it, because that's one thing I gotta be grateful of my journey, that my oncologist to this day treats me like I'm his daughter. So, and that made me feel welcome, and he made me feel like he cared. I was not another number. So, be strong, yes. feel every fiber of your being. Let it out, vocalize it. And if you want, if 2, 3 o'clock in the morning you wanna wake up and call somebody, call them and speak your heart out. Or just have a journal. I still have my journal, and I read through it and I just start crying because back then, one, I didn't know how to speak English. Two, I had to internalize everything, and that wasn't good. Personally, it wasn't good. It created PTSD, which I don't I don't want nobody to go through this. So be aware of your body. That's my advice. Be aware of your body. If you feel something that it wasn't there before, don't say, oh, I take care of it later, because you don't know how worse it can be. Take care of the problem at the moment, because if you do things the first thing at the first time you find out, the better, because it was, if I was back then, if I wanted to ignore it, it was gonna be worse of what it was. So yeah, ask questions, be strong, count. If people, don't be afraid. If people tells you call me anytime you want, call them.
That's good.
Call them. If you have a friend, a family member, I'm here for you, doesn't matter at what time, call them, talk. Don't stay with anything inside.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's so good. I think sometimes we we don't know what to do when we encounter tough situations or hard and difficult situations. And I love that you answered the question, because I'm like, well, what if somebody they don't feel like they've yet met that person that they can sort of go to and talk to, or call when they're walking that out. If you're a person of faith, you have God, like you said, but there's some people who might not necessarily have that. They might not even have friends, or, just might be in a certain season. And I love that. At least journal it, write it down, get your thoughts out, because it is, for me personally, ever since I started journaling.
And take photos of you, even if you don't like it. Take photos. I
love that.
Smile. Get yourself up, even from bed. If you don't feel 100%, you just feel like a 10%, do the bare minimum makeup. Put your, even if it is a little smile, like do something. And then when you pass through the process, when the process is done, you're gonna love to go back and see the difference, how far you have come from that moment. I still have all my photos, from when I cut my hair, from when I have I shaved my head, whatever hair I got left, I was able to do it like this, and I was able to have them in my hand. And I took pictures of that as well. And most of my pictures that I have, I wasn't feeling at my 100. But Melissa has seen a lot of pictures of me when I was going through the process. I'm always smiling. Smile. Laugh it out. Because if God put you on that season, there's a meaning behind it. There's a purpose behind it. And the purpose is not going to show up right away, because it has been a journey. This started in 2014, and it has been a long road, but I don't regret, not even one bit. Not one bit. Because that gave me enough. I learned since day one, since I was diagnosed, and I don't know if I can share this, but when I was diagnosed with cancer, I felt God that was there with me. And most of the people would start crying. I had somebody with me when I was getting the news, and all I felt was somebody rubbing my back like this. The person that was with me it was not touching me. And come to find out that I started laughing at my doctor when she told me my diagnosis, which was breast cancer stage 3. I was only 22. And I felt God, and through the process, He never let me down. That's when I accepted Him as my Father and my Savior.
Wow.
I'm very proud of that.
Wow.
And since then, I've been walking His path. Whatever He has for me on His books, I'm here for it. And just trust the process.
Wow.
Completely. You gotta trust the process.
Wow. And can I just say that I believe that this is why God gave her to me, because that was my next. I remember when she first shared with me that portion where she said she felt like there was something, like, that was God's way of like comforting her and letting her know everything was going to be okay. And I didn't know how to ask the question. I was like, how do I? And she just said it. Like, that is literally, I could be thinking it and somehow she just knows, and or I'm like, man, I should do this. And she's like, the next minute walking to me with it. And I'm like, I don't know how, it's the Holy Spirit, 100%, but wow, that's incredible.
And another thing I want to share about that part was that so far, thanks to one of my aunts, Karine from Chicago, she knows who she is.
Mm-hmm.
I did the Madeline. She had a friend that was going through similar process, and she got me in contact with her, and she asked me advices. I helped her out. I never met her, but when she was cancer free, thank God, I was relieved, because I don't know who am I. I knew back then that it was a hard process, but I always had in my heart that I don't know I was gonna be helping. So far with my story, and whatever advice I have given, I have helped 2 people. Wow. And the 2 people, they're not family members. They're completely strangers. Wow. And yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it makes me happy, because
that's incredible.
It is who would have thought that I was gonna be doing those things? But I feel grateful, because thank God both of these people, they made it out of the cancer. So and then the other one is I have a person very close to me that I love him, my father-in-law. He has to go to, again, another similar process. And don't give up. No, don't give up. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. And he was one of my, I love that viejito. This right here.
I love that. I think what I take away from everything that you just said is the resounding message that whatever you're going through, there's a purpose or a reason behind it. And no matter what, it's a process that you walk through. And while you may not be able to control that particular situation, you can control what's going on in here. And on the other side of it, there may be a reason or a purpose far beyond what you can see at the moment. That will later probably shock you. I mean, look at what you're doing now. Who knows? Who knows who this will reach? I mean, if it reaches 1, that's always our goal. If it reaches 1, we've done our job. And even in your personal walk, you've encountered 2, but hopefully somebody else will gain something from this.
You can find me on Instagram if you need some advices.
That's awesome. I'll make sure to leave your tag. And then bringing you here's what I love about, or how do I say? I think this is such a full circle moment, because I really don't, from my personal experience, I really don't know where I really don't know what this season would have looked like for me if I didn't have you by my side. I mean it. I genuinely mean it. Like, you come, you cook for my family during it's the busiest week throughout the, in the in-between season. You call me, you check on me. No matter what you're going through, you make yourself available no matter what I need. And I've always, I don't know, I can't, and I don't ever want to imagine what that would be like without you. And I'm so grateful. And so for you to have gone through all that, like, I'm personally grateful to God, not just because she's my family and because she's my cousin, but because you're just a beautiful human being, and this world is all the more brighter with her in it. And I genuinely mean that. So thank you for being a fighter. And I'm so grateful to God that he brought you through that. And so since then, you've not just joined in helping me set up for these events, but like worked with me on the side. And I mean, you come and live with me and everything. What do you feel like Soulfully Sisters has done for you personally?
Well, it's my self-care time, but also it pushes me to deal with certain issues that I have. It helps me with that, and also it's like a little getaway from the everyday routine. And I love seeing all these women. I mean, at this point, if somebody's missing, it's like, oh, I didn't see this person in this event. Like, what's going on?
Love that.
But I love seeing everybody coming together, and love helping Melissa with all of this, because this is not hers, this is God's.
100%.
And just seeing the woman just have a good time in a, like you call it, a safe environment, where only there just to spend time with each other. And the games, the fun, the process behind the event, I enjoy every bit of it. And Melissa I think it's the week that she laughs the most, because I'm always joking around.
Listen, she'll be blasting music 10 a.m. and I'm like peeling my eyes open. I've been up for a while. No, I love it. She shows me, you genuinely show me in the midst of the stress, she shows me how to like breathe. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be good. We'll figure it out. And while I know that, sometimes you just need that reminder when you're just like, you've got so much going on in your mind. Yeah. So thank you for all that you do for us. What is your favorite memory so far from Soulfully Sisters?
My favorite memory is, I don't have one. All of them.
Oh,
all of them.
Really? Like really? That's so sweet.
All of them.
That's so sweet. I agree. There's very special moments about each event that we've had.
But the best memory, I think, are the games. The games is the...
Oh, that's your favorite part of it?
Yeah.
I agree.
Just the games are... It's like people don't know what we're gonna come up with.
Yes, no, really. No, really, that really is. I'm gonna rewind that. I'm gonna say, what is your favorite aspect or part about Soulfully Sisters? I agree with the games. Which has been your favorite game? What's the most memorable game moment that you can remember? I know I have one.
Makes me harder.
Oh my gosh. If we can insert the clip, I'm inserting it right here. I don't know. We've got to find like a video. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
I cannot listen to that song the same way ever again since the last Soulfully Sisters.
That was so good. I think my favorite moment was Zoraida when she was imitating the Little Mermaid. Oh my gosh, like I know this is probably gonna make zero sense to those of you who weren't there or who haven't attended yet. But you just come and see and find out, and I promise it'll all make sense.
We always have different games, so
yeah,
no games.
They won't ever be the same. Where do you see Soulfully Sisters going?
Huge. Where we going is we're gonna get to a level that we're gonna be helping women from different ages, different ethnicities, and that's what we want.
I love that, yeah.
Come together as a woman, unite and empower each other, because we need to empower each other.
Yes. Say that again. I don't think they heard you.
We need to empower each other.
Period.
No matter what.
No matter what. What is, I had the question in my head and then poof. What, and I didn't write it down because it was just a question that came. But it was related to what you were saying. That's okay, I'll skip. And then we'll edit the video.
She will come back.
Yeah. I remember because I was reading my next question. Is there a certain, do you have to be a certain way to attend a Soulfully Sisters? Do we look for certain people? Is this for a certain people group? Is this,
honey. Everybody's welcome. All women are welcome. This is women's only. And for the little girls as well. Youngest ones to the oldest one. And I mean, we don't look, we're just there. We want you there just to have fun. We don't look colors. We don't look your language. We want you to have fun. We want to see a smile on your face.
Yes.
That's all we want.
Yes. Can't wait to put that part in. We just want to see a smile on your face.
That's it. Because I'm always smiling.
Even if somebody has to dress up like a mermaid to do it.
Just come and have fun. And it's good. You need to come and participate. It's we want you here with us.
I love that. Thank you so much, Karine. I hope you guys got to see a little glimpse into what I get to experience when Karine comes out here from Georgia. Oh no, I can't say that part. Can I say that part?
Georgina.
Hashtag mom. Only my mom's allowed to call her that, and me once in a while.
Yeah.
Thank you so much again for all that you do for Soulfully Sisters. I appreciate you, and we hope to see you at the next one.
We're waiting for you.
We'll be waiting for you.
We're gonna announce the date soon.
Very soon. So how can people find out the dates? 1, stay connected on Instagram. Follow the page. 2, not email. You can contact us on our webpage. We do have a webpage, soulfullysisters.com. We also have what else do we have? We're so professional. How about this? These are all the different ways that you can contact, follow, and stay up to date with all that's happening in Soulfully Sisters. We want to thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you
on the next one.
On the next one.